Alrighty, everyone, welcome back to the last part. So, we're gonna go over to Desmos. I'm gonna do it for you. You don't have access to this Desmos, and that's okay. But example 1C is telling you to go to Desmos, place a dot on the graph to estimate the x coordinate P. Okay, so they're saying, okay, I have some x coordinate, and I'm gonna call it P, at which the line tangent to the curve at P is horizontal. Okay, so they're saying there is some point on my curve where that tangent line is going to be horizontal. So tangent line horizontal. I'm going to come back to this note in a minute. So let's come over here. So it looks like I'm going to have a tangent line that's horizontal somewhere in this vicinity, like where my mouse is hovering. And if I go over to the next slide, I can go ahead and actually like zoom in on that part of the graph, and it looks like it might be horizontal somewhere at about here. Remember, like this is kind of where your surfer girl is going to be just riding her wave. Okay, there's my little surfer girl. So it's going to happen at some point between 0.5 and 1. Okay, let's go back to here. So tangent line being horizontal means that dy dx is equal to 0, because remember, dy dx is the derivative rule to find the instantaneous rate of change at any xy. So here's how we start solving this. We're going to take our xy equation that they gave us. Oh, there it is. I was looking for it. So I have dy dx equals 6x squared minus y squared 2x y, because remember, our goal is to figure out what the heck this x coordinate is, okay? And we need to we're using the information that we know that dy dx equals 0, okay, at that point. So what we do is we're going to set that equation equal to 0. So let's write that down. Set equal 0. Because the tangent line is horizontal. Tangent line horizontal. Okay, so I have something right now that looks like 0 equals, and then I have 6x squared minus y squared all over 2xy. And then what I'm going to try to do, excuse me, excuse me. What we're going to try to do is we're going to try to isolate either y squared or x squared and try to just play around with this equation. So I'm going to start off by getting this 2xy out of the denominator. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 2xy. Now when I multiply anything by 0, I still end up with 0. So I have 0 equals 6x squared minus y squared. And now I'm looking at this equation and I'm like, I've got an x squared and I've got a y squared, and I want to look at my original curve. I don't have an x squared. I have an x cubed. Oh, but I do have a y squared. Okay, so since I have a y squared in my original curve equation, and now I have a y squared here, I want to isolate y squared. So let's go ahead and do that really quick, and I'll show you why that's going to happen in just a moment. If my computer would just, there we go. Okay, let's isolate y squared. So I'm just going to do that by adding y squareds on both sides of my equal sign. So I end up with y squared equals 6x squared. Okay, I've isolated y squared. All right, let's write down the original equation that they gave us. So it was xy squared minus 2x cubed equals 2. Okay, and if you can kind of sense where this is going, we are going to use substitute. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up kind of like a system of equations. So y squared is equivalent to that thing that I just put around the cloud, and I'm going to replace y squared in that equation with 6x squared. So what that means is I've got 6, and then I'm going to put the stuff that I just put in the cloud, 6x squared, and then minus 2x cubed equals 2. Now, the reason why this is helpful is because remember, I'm trying to find this x coordinate P. I'm trying to find where on the graph Surfer Girl is going to be horizontal. And this is so helpful because now I don't need to find a y coordinate. I only care about that x coordinate. So let's start simplifying. 6x squared times x is going to give me 6x cubed minus 2x cubed equals 2. And oh my God, look at that. I've got like terms. So 6x cubed minus 2x cubed, that's 4x cubed equals 2. Divide both sides by 4, I end up with x cubed equals 2 over 4, which is the same thing as 1/2. And then I can use my graphing calculator and take a cube root of 1/2. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to open up my graphing calculator. Now to take a cube root, you press math, and I'm going to come down here to number 4. And I want a pretty fraction, so I'm going to press alpha, y equals. And I'm going to put 1/2 in here. And the x coordinate is going to be 0.79, and I'm going to round to 3 decimal places, people. You need to round to 3 decimal places. So the x coordinate where my tangent line is horizontal is 0.794, which was correct with our guess because we said it was between 0.5 and 1, and this x value is in between that. Okay, that was a lot. If you have any questions, please come to AM Support the next couple days. I'll see you all on Wednesday. Don't forget there's a quiz on Wednesday. Okay, bye.